Gyatso Songke Lam the Geshe Jigme Lare Kongoloju Segna Tengi Tase Yapote Yana Kong Ta Tichu Lobdan Tasham Sante Sera Punala Gomba Teni Samsalati Sera Nontan Karizon Songo Chicosla. Region Teni Kona Yon Kong Galo Tandison Sanga, Teni Tata Benjamin, there is the Shirin Zon Kondo, Lobdak Zonona, Nonchu, Motit, and that non Solizella. Now the today's our Dharma talker is the Geshe Jigme, and he is like all the Dharma education in the monastery in the south, the Sera monastery, and the tradition is the Gelug, and then is also here is he's living now Belgium, and he's helping to our school. There's he's introducing the Buddha's teachings, and also he sometimes when he go back to the India and the Sera, how to translate I don't know, and he sometimes also teaching there, and today's subject then is he going to tell to us. That's all.
Oh, that's and all the soda. The Rambuchi Chodang and a Zambanam on Zamanam, and Ingo Patangama, a Chitopong Soma like Tashitele.
So to start with, I would like to express my Tashitele to Rinpoche and all others who are present here. So, in general, I'm
Geshe.
I cannot really bear the title of Geshe, but still I have learned a little bit in the Sera monastery.
Yeah, oh yeah. That didn't we sick that Katsan Buchiga and a bit Jashaji Song Song, Dijela against Sitam Pensopa, Tontani Shawani, Tomangas of Kamo, Yokuchitango Kor, Tamang Wachitango, the chat on Song Song.
So, as Rinpoche has already talked, and also Geshe yesterday explained that it is very important to first have motivation in the beginning and to have dedication at the end of the practice. So I would like to speak a little bit about the questions that was raised yesterday, and it's a question that is coming often. It is about how to be patient in when one has anger.
Oh yeah, that's the control said. So carry control does me gala control side. So me so shall so gala control side. So control side. Ni yung kutwa. That dela ni kandas chigo re se di korni ma desi chi. Siya. Some so nga control side yorwa.
Okay, so we have two situations here of facing anger. Either one is angry with someone else, or someone else is angry with us.
That's also controversiality. So some same desu ndigoya kachishure. So same gomone so shamba se that siwa se nyoji zitwa.
So when one has anger arising in one's mind, it is anger in one's own mind, and so it is very important to practice loving kindness and compassion.
Yeah, Shambha. The Shambha the nyoji se nyile Shambha se jan ani mi jamba tu kanga chipo chongna samsam ra sound ti mila jambasa ani dinga jamba se ti nyaji te te nda yo mara.
So we can. There is a distinction to be made between love and compassion. Love is the wish that others be happy or have happiness, and compassion is the wish others be free from suffering.
So then, because as you know, Jigme tong chala number sanji vichi ke zoni Jimde manga teng ke koni Jigme ba se chik Jimde na manga ten ako so Jimde manga ten se simchen tam che mai ba ako achi ma ke jiwa no nywa chen chang ba chen so wa yong ke sha ba nyang chi chim bo ta sim nam ta se ta din she ko de Jimde na manga teng ke koni Jigme tong chi ta se nyam ji koni Jigme tong da tang shan nga dewanto panasi koya dewanto kuyoresi ando kuni nyaji kompani sha ko kuyoresi.
So according to the teaching of the Buddha, there is it is based on causality, and so there are two attitudes to have here. So either to consider or to remember that all sentient beings are or have been our mothers. Or the other attitude is to exchange oneself and others.
Yeah, or then ta jindimang den sirwa. Tigoni nyonji gomta ta number sanji wanda uchi. Jiwanga siki lenken chiku koni sha to koyore. Ka chishu naso taksi nyamji nga dewa gugu yore. Choya dewa gugu yore. Nga dinge gugu mantu choya gugu mantu se sambute beta nyonji gomta ka chimbu sirare sambutus.
So I think the first one is like 7 aspects of the causality, but the other, to explain the other one, to exchange oneself and others, it is that exactly in the same way that one does want happiness, the other person also wants happiness, and in the same way one doesn't want suffering, and the other one also doesn't want suffering.
Yes. Ta tin de kala ta so ko shamba se te kompla ta na sen kala kontro shamba ton kontro ni mi chike de la nyam chik te yong shi pa ta gre shamba se chik ta ni kontro se chik mi chike ngala mi chike de la nyam te yong ma re si da.
And principally we should understand that loving kindness and anger do not arise at the same time in one person's mind.
Ora tati so chi chirwa ta mongbo shan na ti so kanda ko de so chi ni kar la ko na mi ge so so la kontro sa di ani so so ga mi so so kan la kontro sa ri kar chi go res ti ko ni ma te si yes.
And so that is one aspect. The other aspect is what should we do, or what could we do if someone else is angry with oneself?
Tati ngone kar sa ko ta de When is an Michik Sosokala control sati sound on Sakari or Slamna, meet the Sosokala control sagi yore tele, Inayam, Korang, Sherdanga Jahan, teacher writing as on your Tahaku was Shakus, for Sherdanga teacher, Koranga control signing to Yomarwa, Inayam Sherdanga Jahan, Sherdanga teacher, Koranga Melang Azokala control sagi, Korangilla control your wa, or Tiranga and Yongo Yoatihaku.
This person is under the disturbing emotions, and then is the anger is arrive.
What Tina? That Barna Nazo Kare Sosomi Chikanga control Sati, any control my Shesati and Jopa chicken to wa. Nako Karachini Kugala control Saina, something was how under one side chicken to wa. Take a carrot on your lamna, so. Sherdang control with Jangan teacher your party, Songo Yores. So Sherdang Ganter Suma, Rangamewa.
So if the other person is angry with us, we may have like a shame, or we may.
After your anger has disappeared, normally, when you are very angry, after anger has disappeared, and then yourself is like a little bit kind of the shame, embarrassment. And that reason is like anger is not good.
Tena tekarada jesiswala karsa ikpala ngikote kate pembala thona deang shedang ke nina shedang la thuri sware ka mi chik chiram ko la jikpa ki shirwa chiram jikpa ka la kontu sagme dwas chiram mi ti ka kontu sag dwas karichi nere chiram ga ani nga jikpa ki singkhe mi khorang re se chi yong go ra jikpa khorang ga chiram go shi to kumare mi chik ka ni jikpa chiram go shi re la ding mi ga la kontu sag dwa ti nang sing ga mi chik ko chiram ka ja ti chsewa ina garina mi chik chir ka kontu sana 미 코랑 많이 봐. 코랑 지금 공투이 받이치는 거 하고 지니 안에 밑에 그 공투 띠가처럼 공투 사는 건도래. 미 코랑 가라 공투 사는 건도 세다 데리다. 제도가 돼. 아니지.
In the Shantadev, they recorded from the Shantadeva's book.
Yeah,
for example, someone's like pick up the stick to hit your head, and normally is you are angry to this person. But maybe the reality is like the heater, it is the stick. And like this is when you are very angry, and angry times to harming to the others, and you are angry to these persons, but actually harmer is the anger itself.
No, that what did it think on that? 나중에 상로 동사 지금은 상지게 됐던 거 놓아 잡이 못나 샘치점을 들어와라 상지 넘는 몸이지 미치게 조방을 막 가르치나 상지기 때문에 뒤차례 된다 공부요 말했어 삼고요 말했어 가르치잖아 밑에 요문가 건가 아니 밀라 그 밑에 차차가래서 요문가 건마도 미 코랑랑을 많이 봐 뒤집고 요문 때 들어가리 삼고마도 미 코라 들어가리 상지가 남이나 공부 말했다 등이 있는 거라고 식발해도 와
There's the Buddha, he said that. The quotation is said, for example, if like kind of someone's disturbed to you, and Buddha is never angry with this person, because Buddha has understood the disturber is the disturbed emotion. And this and the first quotation is the same as meaning. That means is, Matthew, do you understand? That means it's like when we are angry, we need to anger just the emotion itself, not necessarily to person itself. Really hurter or the doer, it's the disturbed emotion.
Oh yeah, that 몽부스 세나 용 사말로와 다테니 가서 컨트롤사라 컨트롤사니 펜토메와 코니마티스 다자스 스왈라 송 전직가나니 가르송을 남나 데송종 베땅 거랑 요클라카니 가르송을 남 안데 가르스고다 제 강바강라 체마 신두가 남니 저런 거 사탕 고이 오나 고가 랑거 말했지 저런가 강비고라 아니 한국 고가 한국 지거나 저런 거 사탕 고이 오다 제발로 말했지 뒤에 넣으신 게 저런 거 내가 먹가겠어 이미 사탕 저런 거 아니 매와서 거나 용거 말했지 저런 거 삼바티 저 지구대 저런 거 듣었나 이제 저런 거 다탐 치세요 다 지방인스 송송을 땅아 좀 냠는 지가 그냥 그 조치를 샷
So there is this also this example or this quotation from Shantideva's Bodhicharya, who says that in the same way, one doesn't need to cover the whole earth with leather. We just need to put leather on our sole, on our feet. In the same way, one will not get rid of all the enemies, but only through getting rid of one's own anger.
올해 파절 dinner 오지 우리가 지소를 못 해라. 다른 우리가 지소는 남바서 좋았다요. 나 좋았다고 징이야. 남바서 사상 랭갸도 메하고 말이나 르무치 많이 요리단데라니 오늘 다 어서 기만 못 지시게 달라. 남바서 형 갈렌 갸에나 거서 다다라고 그래서 너바고에 수프 그랬지.
So I will maybe stop here, but if you have questions, then please ask, and also the others here, Geshes, and can answer.
그래서 가른치 더니 코나트바티나 if you have some questions.
Buchida, Geshe na pata mi ma sama tashtile, ani ngi toa di kalana dipa le da gewa le la tseshi yorbe. Apena michi gi dukche chena ni ma takwa dukche che de tongdo. Ani de la tse menjo ro shtongdo. Ya gewa chini chi ya takwa gewa che namju simche la chamda ningje chang khare ne gewa san di do. Ine te tamno menjo ro shtongdo. Ani la dipa da gewa le la tseshi ro chi yore yomare. And Mayona Mena Jungsechi Songrona. And to a new decana, Bena Michigi, Simche, the mosquito doinare, Langal Buchine, Sobje, Tashetanico, Langa Shimbal Yugura, Zana Valura. In a Tamalation Lapa and Jutan, non call Sesho da Lapa Kaka. And the mosquito in a Nala, Comase, which is seen, Cochulo Mayuero, the chair. And a Kaka Sesho, that Tapa Demaso, Dipasho Sasa, Semba Jopashuchi doa. A langal buine payudu ya tata made koshisho ya rodrichana a dipa kazena what the dig is on runners.
Or that
You don't. I think the question says like when you are sometimes you're doing the virtues, or sometimes you also someone doing the non-virtues. Both do you have something kind of the how do you say? It's a limit how you can do. And sometimes like when you're doing the negative things, it's like they are all the times, there's no limited. When someone's doing the virtues, it's all the times, maybe these directions, and the both is the, where's the border, is how we can to make the limited. Second question is, if you kill sometimes like unpurposely, for instance, when maybe it's like a mosquito or some insect, sometimes you undergo into like this, and there's an insect, and you want to save, you want to put to in some grass, but certainly you touch some accidentally killed, and then that is how much is the sink. That is the question.
That the Garsan, Joanny Danswan. Joa Tomputing is Srayo.
지리주도 탐상의 공대성도 디 개와든난다 디파든난다 니가라 직 산삼단다 직 제이진단다 직 간디 요리에서
차지나 갈수보다 차지라는 땡이 있는 거지 맞어. 차지라는 가다 내 득발인데 개와리 되게 차지라고 그래.
제이진다 직직세 던든라지죠. 너네 온지 여기 던다지라세 그러고 제이진
차지라는 가라고. 득배 차지. 득배 자치 좀 차지라고 그래. 차지라 땡이 요건 거지 맞어. 차지라.
세실나 답이나 먼저 미참말로 자예네나 다 중도로 시도로 세로 제 세질리로 세실나 리미트를 인지도라.
다 득배 세대를
득배의 개와라 세로 요르베스.
아니 대체는 득배에 같이나 등을 먹게 와리지 체.
어디?
다치
저와 파치 든딘 삼는데 왜? 왜냐면 뭐지 그 개와드나 빠파지 저지 론들이 봐. 디홀란드 론드 텔라 체지 가지고 지금 먹게 와지는 딱와 먹게 와든도 지 텔라요. 지 텔라 지르도 지금 던다지 참지. 던다지 체지 손에 삼는데 왜 이래?
아, 들리.
대래.
던다지 삼고 뭐지?
셀렘나 따뜻 소소 전점이라고. 소소 상분이라고 말하는 제용 말아. 아.
Individually you need to how much you can do it.
아.
세시요 말해서 뭐라.
세시 나다 아니 득바단 딘저지 전에 아니 참된 득바 마치 세시 딜라고 그래.
아.
세진다 진능한다 있나? 배는 디파죠 그래 봐. 디파죠 요나. 근데 디파렌도 삼지 하고니 디피님이 하고니 된상 역사나 제기들이 된상만 역사를 봐. 개발한 체육고 그만도와 저래도 그 무슨 공부를 접트나요? 삼든다 진행이 역연세죠. 두서 그런 바지도 체크 체크선나 배나 지 따뜻 먹기와나 가디나 제 박공제 터터를 봐. 개발제는 체육이나 배나 추수니에 자유근원이 두서는더랑이 ngarong rong ko nom la yo ju tong chen de le ka tong ju si long shu do ju tu sun den da ji ge la ngi ge ba de bu yan sam je che ju sun na ti rong rong ko che ju zong go do ba be na shu kai na shu khang ha mo ya lo chu su ji la ge ba de de chu su ngala ma ge ba de chu su ji la ge ma ge ni ga de ga na teni ge ba ma ge lo ma ten sang ka yo mo tu se te ma te teni so de shu kai
तगरा म छिक सम तगरा बे
तंडा सोले संगो समते
मर्केवा छिसि छोरवा मर्केवा छु तिनो ना ngak मर्केवा छि यछि मर्केवा सम लिछि मर्केवा सम छवाते लिंगय सम छि मर्केवा ते खारे छिवा इना त मर्केवा रे वा मर्केवा के छेले दिगाला खानी मिला अनि काचा ति चाला अनि मिग सेमला नोया काचा से छिक्सु तेंडा मावा छि अनि मिग पाराला ठामा से छि प्रोपोनी छाम्बो योना अनि खेराला सम प्रोपो तिसा सोनी 저거 그게 저런 그게 참독하고 쉬우지긴 근데 저런 이니 라고는다 그 지라야 돼. 미가 많든 봐서 왜 참아스라 거와. 아니 진셔야지. 아니 잘라 가서 직수셔야지. 참아셔야지. 아니 남제지 미치동 메사기 밑에다가 야우고니 빠빠빠빠 거기 지금도 뭐 지금도 라야 되는데 뭐 보세요 것도 와. 뭐네 샤나 땡아서 셰고요 말와. 소손 저와 미줄에 지도 마치지. 소손 저게 미줄에 샤발라 아니 करसा अनि छार्स थे जी काली मा के बची रंग मंगन में पिसावा कला का हसन छिवा ना छी छो रंग त मछि तेला दोन्यां त दा बत टंडी ज बची युंगरे सेते नस संग तंग का छिसिउ रे सा तेन ते नकमर की वासम शिला को ता येचिमर की वासम सा को ते
ता कोंक जोर
नस नस
कोंक जोर को
anda sorry
I will try to summarize, but basically Geshe spoke about the 10 non-virtues, the 3 of the body, 4 of the speech, and 3 of the mind, and explaining a little bit like the 4 of the speech in particular, when one creates a discord between people, when one is using harsh words, lying, and
gossip.
And gossip, yes.
Yeah. 어때다 다 이쯤을 기와래. 나슴 노슴 녹다스 나슴 세테 햄바시니 장기 잘랑이 그래서 햄바 나슴 노슴 세테 살아 노파키아가 성고 셰당라스 공토라스 파샤고 녹다 세테 달리 김지 요만도야 다치 요마리아 성제 요마리아 세 녹다 이 지물 기왔음.
So now the 3 non-virtues of the mind. So the first one is wishing what others have. Then the second one is wishing harm on others, and the third one is not to like wrong views, not to accept causality, such that there is no Buddha and so on.
Oh yeah. Then that dichimar ki wasam dire. That sochopa, je dingala jang sokla no pa ke sochapa. Ani kama ki ma shembele ba. Ta loyim se dingala ta yang ji pomo gan se dong pan se lewan ro ina so ji mi sala dingala kortela loyim sila kor. Ta te 심바이나야 소송원이 라네 지 사청용에 들어와라 도시당에 들어들은 수가 노임실라 거와 어다 딘데리 지어말 때 리티머 기왔습니다. 기왔을 때 저 대당 거 멋있디가
So then there are the 3 non-virtues of the body, which is taking the life of others, killing, also taking the belonging of others, stealing, and then sexual misconduct, which is going in between, like in a family in between.
다더니 개와서 내가 뒤도 쇼간가 개와치 뭐 개와도 소지와 쇼간가 개와치다 대상단 리코드 또 개와서 때 조예 마이 뭐지 그놈라 예스
And so the opposite of the non-virtues, of these 10 non-virtues, to practice the opposite, it is to practice the 10 virtues, and but in the separation between these is essentially depending on our own motivation.
다 지난 거 다게 좋아니와 갑대. 저 경롱라를 되다. 미 버치기는 버테 지난 거 다들라 남칸가 미 세계에 삼니 지난 거 파키소 지난 거 락바야 키네요. 코시원도 위나. 때 빅바이어를 나 파킬때 빅바이어 좀 말했어요. 때 가르라나 선지가 남타노나 뒤려고 요르다. 만원 동통 찬스야지. 그때 권역이 전부 없었대 놀지지 요르다. 그래서 여러분 되거나 파질 때 빅바이어 좀 말했어요. So
to answer your second question, I think that there is no such misdeed or wrongdoing when one inadvertently or not wishing to kill, one will kill an insect. And the reason is
compassion of the captain in the histories in the word of a perfect teacher.
That thing they can let the children get on this. Sitanga ngazu gewa tomber gewa sete, kanong gewa, muoni chigewa, ramsen chigewa, sonde chigewa, gewa shisha go. That is the trouble. So kanore da. Children get short high, short high the gewa race na. Jacha jatamba gewa chako. Children get tapa kanilang, kanong sete tapa yorwa. Tapa the kanilang is short hana gewa. Children get tapa miwachi, chapsi tamni, chow chawayan, the gewan to home. They gala linga simchigia macho canon la grace that the pina canoa grace canon said south time canon giva.
So one minute, there's no certainty about an act being a virtue or a non-virtue. It essentially depends on the motivation. For instance, when one makes prostrations, it is not 100% sure that that will be virtuous because it depends on the motivation.
Kongti tata di tabak lanji tamatela ni kamnonji jamna chokis timotsi kamnonji jagana digriwa chire de ngachu su jojitela dipa yume ke kesha chi jitela dipa yonken ke su jojitela yorwa yitsong ko gole yorwa yiti chong sona dipa re dole chire judo chi yoson yorwan tatu seju dombo senchen yimba ngoshiju tani sochu kono hyeju tani chire judo yorwa sen chen yinna dongde zo jitazo tama paru senchen de sochu sona yoson yorwan tatu sedi tendabu sochu nipa tela sok lembo ngajate njigo dikwa nguni re dore tani ngachu rig mari kse yoje tela chire judo chi yoson yorwan tatu tere medu tanala sochu ngug dikwa te yongu yo mari tani songudu peji yana Gyatso ji la peji yaga na ji kong la de sochu dambate sochu mocho dambate yore sochu na damban mangando yore ba rete yana lober chapcha la ji yongni so jega na de dambate sonyo ma gareres na yusun yorwan tatu sonyo ma ba yor jate de sonme be onki dipate ma I make joke he just say everything's correct but I'm just added it okay. But the last her questions is there is like kind of when you are killing someone's like really direct you killing, there's 4 actions you need to complete it. And the second her questions sometimes you accidentally killing these things that is not completely it doesn't go into that killing. And for example, you really to kill someone's this through these 4 actions. First, you recognize the other ones, which kind of being. It doesn't matter human or animals. Second, you have motivation. Oh, now I'm going to kill. The third one is like you prepare the weapon or direct or indirect. Then third one is the other one is completely separate conscious mind. Then this is the fully you are killing. You need to, after the repayment 100 times, 500 times, you need to die again, like they die and reborn, die and reborn. This you need to repay. This is the fully thing. And they like accidentally, coincidentally, like she said, for example, if I'm masked, but and mistakenly you did something, but not like wish you don't die, but something you take out the butt. Then, and also sometimes when we take the spider, often, or you catch the someone's, then it's an accidental kill. This is not completed the 4 actions. And also when you are drives the car, these things is, there is maybe a little bit of crossing, but not fully. Lasso. Tani traba yemba choyo.
뭐지 공부했다. 나 뭐심지 좋아도 그것도 내가 그랬어. 아니 미카시게 샤사나 디파요레 성도사. 가시게 샤다 신체 세네디 디파치아레. 샤사네 디파총아요레 라고스. 가시게 사네메나 아니 세네 요마레 디파요마레 성고레. 안디니 디파다 가게 디파치아레. 좋아들으시사.
맞아.
So the question is about eating meat, and when some people say that eat meat is okay, it's not a sin, and some others they say it's a sin. So what should we think about?
If you kill, this is negative, but you don't kill, but someone's killed, but you eat meat is not. That's the non-virtues.
That the sha sana dipa yore mare se that the sobanda yungu to. Situnga ta sha se te koran sha rangala kani ngu sene sona ta jonga satore chipanda uchaga de ta ngala nam shime di ngala yana sosu chat sapaina ta dipa yo yin barwa tere ta ta koshi se te la ore
Yeah, when you eat meat, it's like a little bit kind of your food. But when you eat meat, and specifically these animals killed for you, then is the sin.
But nasun tapisha sungwa. Nasun tapisha se susu chet mig seva de susu chet seva imba susu tonga. Yana tewa. Yana resam bi topala sukwa mewa ina de la nasun tapisha. Ta nasun tapisha seva ina dipa me sungwa. Dipa me la ta sitange dipa yu me se de kazi mantam da war pa yin do chedang me perchoji de jakshmal gnyem bismal ngum da songwa. That the susu sanking kansa ka ji karso gore tela sandu ka ne ji sabore da jin damba da ora ta ti kala ji chaksam da udin yo ina diga di pa yong jira ma to sha de ta chitang yo ko ha ko ma song ro ta nge rang susu ka sam che ko wa ngan de ni chno so ya song chi so ya den ma re ta nga zo rolang ti kala nge nge sam song mo shi ni chno so ni te man ma re ji lab chwa ya ni ko ko da uchi ro wa ye chi kala nge sam na Patrul kwa yuki mara, nasan tak pesha na yuki mara sambu.
He said, when you eat meat, and there is like kind of the talking about the three aspects of the pure, and it's like if this is completed, these three pure aspects. And first one is not killed for your benefit, and second is you haven't got the desire to eat, and then is the third one is somebody carries on songo, and the third one is maybe is you hasn't got, maybe first ones you not see how to kill all this animal to kill, and then is the last one is like you never heard to these animals to kill, and then you eat meat. Yeah. Shate maza seji tela ji kong tata somba no janre namjin da china sha si yu yo jite samakti lan ro solire tandi nga chu ni man da china ni ji jen sha so damsik chen chung tong se jore de konam pa gesho te yo mare tandi setnala de tandi zo de pen tata kong somba no jen chen ji rong chet mayan ba ji sha sandu ku samba ko mayan ba ji tandi zo na te sha yi ga na go ni pa yo ji mare samsam pe na song ji sha chet ba ya yu bu kap su kong so nyang la pe yong du de kong de shan jin du ni sa ga ma de sha me pa nga la go tandi song yo mare nyung la kare resna ti paru yonto te ko kare phugona te ji ban ro yo re tani zo tana ti non shan je yo na me na kong yi ban ro re 마도 콩 체들 세즈는 단다이 다타 콩 송준 통투 직단다 공용 그 콩라 요 말이와 제레도 연도틱 사마칸데 제용나 대진도 던디주 나초 제레도 지양 사마티 노라테니 샤수 던디주 소나 샤테 샤사부 값이나고 손지 좀 된디 시카리 이나람 송티 지에서 뭐와도 뭐놈 진전도 요도 나초 제레도 샤티 사두트날 센친테 속쇼 살레지 소쇼 차드나 콩 샤동 차대 제주도 가로 투메주 가시는 퐁와나 지 제세그고 지 속쇼르즈달라 동거면면다 지제 온도 나주 샤데사도 추 속쇼르스 추 샤차데 나라제 온도 니 초라 니 두승 게바 사즈데 초라 홍와즈나 센진다 팬토 던디제도 제레도 담티 니 샤슈 소세지텔라 지 푸지 요레 가레 요레제나 나초 송지도 형치 셈바텔 띵데마 주고군도와 벤나 녀말란 제바 마즈나 히에부 우포초마 녀말란 제바 마즈나 히토구문도 던디조 송지도 형치 그 셈바고 천리데 셈피안란 주고나 셈피안도 티팔란 제바지 요고 온키 더게제도 우니까 히제 잔도 형치 셈바 또한 동보치나 샤이즈 예즈도 마이냐 예나 영모 요레 제리도 센텐텔 팬통도군도와 대게지리도 텐다이야 모반 황함즈 롱그 쳇드 마시바 티니지지 다텐송 샤 뉴요가 나고 셀레데 던디조도 니 쿠찬 참도 제모제고 니 샤사사요 니 샤자바니 니 호고 말레시 다테추 샤마자바 히게 말에 조롱고 빼셔라산나 다근들이 생기다 그래도 트로송고 요테 콘타리나 다지 샤 뉴요가 나고 tata kung somba nojun tongtun joma gandhi seson hakoma sententi jerezu so me short chason re tozo de khadi nyu ga na go ta chachi sa ga na go to sabu to kapsula moba mangam tendi zona shasuna go yo dipa yodo yo re shazu ku ni pase jo re te pachi jerezu so jeji ni pa da gabate penji tongdo gre samsung da ji yo re 마도 롱군동만 침보지 등아주 다다 보바 가기다는 좀 샤디샤라 직더니 던디즈나 다다 콩솜바 대가 노리 리게디 깐노 간디드나 생고 콜노라 로레데 요두 샤사브가선 센체 젬바텔라 삼로 동니 더 중알란딘도 바천지주 형이 졸라게 바티드나 센체 베지야가나 나로초 제레주도 지 젬바티 그 세니 tene se gana sajuk tondo tonjuk tondo seson ya tat reson a ngi nga seson de yana ngi shadon chok de kutsu gaji je son som gana yonga chol chi semba deji na jindu tenda bu ji ku parche yin sang go som som rendu ngi kannan de yopo yo maso and I'm just a little bit added other as the Geshe he taught I think Matthew translated but when you eat meat maybe it's meat normally, of course, when you eat meat, it's the sink or the non-virtue. And but generally, when you are meat to making the food, and then after it's like kind of the like in French you say it's like nourritus, like kind of the food. And then this food is how to say it's like the makers to make meat meal. And then offered to you. Sometimes is you eat it. It's a virtue or non-virtue. I'm really not sure. But there's very important things. Geshe he said that is when you eat meat, you buy meat or you eating meat. This you have heard or how they killed. Maybe you have seeing or hearing or watching like this. Or that is this person killed. You know these animals. Then you are eating. Absolutely, there is the negative. The but is I'm just to say in the Ima school there's something idioms. A compassionate should to eat meat, and the Samaya holders you should to drink alcohols. But that is these idioms not in the Galut tradition. Okay. And also I'm just to say is when the Buddha is alive. When he is like kind of in the middle day, and then he's coming to the begging bowl and to receive, begging for the food. When we, any kind of the front of the house, families, and whatever they put in the begging bowl, and he never says like this meat meal or the vegetarian, whatever they offered and he's eating. It's like kind of someone's prepared like meat. If they don't say nothing to put there, he's going to eat. And also like kind of the Buddhas, any kind of received food after he's like dedicated. And you meat meal or the vegetarians, it doesn't matter, both dedicated is such kind of benefit. Therefore, when we are eating meat, we are not kind of thinking, oh, I want to eat, it is delicious, or not thinking for this lose a life, this animal. But when you are eating meat, maybe to say is like, oh, sorry, you lost your life, you give me this blood and like fresh, the meat, then it's like, now I want to repay for you all my virtue or the collected past, present, futures. If you like this to dedicate it, maybe such a kind of the benefit for these animals. And in this case, when you eat meal is, then I make joke, we have sometimes says, I eat meat, but I never buy it. That is not through the compassion. Compassion for the money. I make joke, okay. Maybe it's like, I would say, without desire, and a little bit someone's to prepared like this, if you eat meat. Of course, there are something, but actually it's not that much thing. I want the story. Yeah, then it was yeah. Also,
that Patrul and the Parsagor, as the Shango to
yes.
Chitanga Shas, Masai, the Pala somewhat on the Masai, around Yopuratung Meroa. And there's Zaman Ditanga Simchi gets on Daniel Gatasses on the Shamasai, there's Yopuna to say in the year. The Mene Sasavan, 20 minutes, the Topambara, and the Soil. Sasavan, 20 minutes, this is also no message to Sonsola. This social and no bio Maris, it is Sonsola. Yeah, Shropakasi, Parsagor, and it is Shamasin. Sawapomena Sopapoya Maris, the Ladipanian the Ungarese, Langichida, Yachi Pet and Dochalas, but it's G, Satamas with G, the Tetapijanis, and Delaya Young Maris, and Hasati Jima in Sons. Hasati Jima Pigeons and Cardana, one of Sazalas Pujalians, and Dochalas for your pigeons, and Hasayati and Dochalas for Jimanis, that Shasi and Yuame Pate, Tokumbarana, should do yours. No,
also, I think.
Chasati, that the Dana Chitanga, Nana, Nara Shasagmero, Hasagmia, the Junsen, the Payunga is some kind of thing. That Zaman did think it's weak in Daniel Tassis only, Zala no Pacha, the opportunity of some of the US.
Then the Geshe says, and I'm not eating meat. According that, I don't want to say that to eat meat bad, but when you eat meat, maybe it's like maybe just to according to your desire and to eat, and also not thinking about the other's life, because it's like all the transmigrations, then equally you need life, but also other sentient beings needed a life. And in this perspective, you to other to kill, others lost life. And then is at that point, I think is to meet is not good. And he says like this, but also it's like someone's not eat meat because it's like the for scaring the sickness, and also it's like maybe, and the reason like this you don't eat meat, maybe. Yeah. Yeah,
Nangchö tombo tomate rumbochir trust. Ani kare onde le gdambare tenula dumeche de peche jasanze bela chipi nyamachu de shadas doa dirchi sutangi juloga chi ding romaso dumeche de peche jasanze bela chipi tika de bela nyama chipi nyamate shayo di dumeche de peche jasanze kete 단다 원주래도 그 사주래도 아니 간이나제
데모도 히레
대 저지 아니 저녁부터 기시라 넘버 시래잖아 아니 마수 그 돈이 공부한다더니 돈이 대패나 저잖아 수지 그걸 돈이 건 가지고 고 그래 아니 범비티 그 돈이 고한테 범비 차시 수사와나 버도 빨로 뭐 넣어야 돼 범비티 치니라 되게 지고 손 돈이 됐어 돈도 돼 가리나 또 그래 제 돈이 고를 가리나 고 그래 그들은 뭐 제가 니마다 막 갈아서 돈이 돼서 그것도 소속 돈이 고서가 고시면도 안돼 단다지 저지 이나 단다지 샤사 될 좋아될 때 생각 고 봐주소 아니 샤사 캐도 샤마사 그때 이거 뭐 저도 접어야나 샤마사 그때 뭐서는 디센제들 뭐한테 태그를 태고 말해 일단 태그를 해서 그러잖아 그 센제 이사니 소속 밤만 마시고 주면라 와라 밤만 비지 뭐선 파스티에 그래서 샤사나 마산 대샤 마사피티 뭐선 텔레 지치 차도나 그래서 텔 가스온트나 구스나 가리에서 뒤져요 그래서
올라서 근데 돈보드 체트지 너무 change 버지 자사존 세지 모두 히레 데
누구지 때 뭐도 파셔야만 가르잖아 뭐티 치님다 때들 뭐도시 띵을 건로산도 reality am beg 뭐가 저 reality
모두 실란다나 라메아죠레라
네
가나연 단디 가나연다나 요래봐 데 땡땡연레 데 갑라체르도 벌카와 좀 공전라 디 지정고 디 쇼프니마티 마전로지도 teni kandere go yong ti jis kanana hloshong kanda jini yong chi ji yong de po la che pni ma jan thong sam ji char ji yo song wala re ta ti po ki ti jan thong sam te kandi ni chi go mun du sam no tong de go yo re te re la di talu teson lo la jamo po de yong se ji so tak tak re ti do re I mean, his question is Guru Rinpoche's office. And he said it's like one person has big mosque in here, and this person's to take over the Tibetan king. And that time is, and the Tibetan people is like very much kind of sufferings. Who is this person? Then I said, Mao. Because Mao, he has here, the big Mao. You remember this? He has like this, and also it's like then it's I don't know this you in the biography of the Guru Rinpoche, and some in the south north one is like a superiors, one is like kind of Bodhisattva or someone's coming, and that time is maybe in the in Tibet it's like a little bit to coming happiness. It's like a kind of the sun is coming in your balcony, something how do we say? Jantam della carese grego. Injin. Yore teda hakogre injin carese. You know, it's like kind of the round your house, and then it's the middle there is you have open. That one how do you call? Stairs. For example, in this house, okay, you have in the middle you have a little bit like open space, but that's not necessary to think like this. And then it's nipate kande yentego tonyuk taba sontile tonyuk tabate
돈이 따와대 고투나데 아니 간이 간에서 뭐 그래 배나 위단다시 범비til 돈이 나서 거는
보박
범비 차세 소소사
범바다
이til 돈이 나서 쳐잖아서 번즈도바 번즈도바데 범비가 차세 소소사는 번즈도바데 로이면 넣어야돼 러 대범비티 진이라 돈이라 텔 고투나데 간에서 뭐 손투를 가는 또가
니 출라렘 치지 티 범바리 까바리 범바 똥바리 범바 똥바 말이 센티 따바니니 히에테 마제 체롱 그 똥바요 부 검제거나 샘테 디팔라 망어 디푸쇼라 만로 마움 보쇼라 만로 Tata keji chindi tola hyodo sente kandindu. Kaboredo, seboredo, maboredo, doshoredo, chedon tumu kandri. Tati koronka nima tasangno tati hipa keji muto ndanal ki hyodo tutu tongsungi kyolere. Namto kunyo yo mare. De matasang namto mechad tutu tana salon kyolere. Jerezo umbo go ngabo go mangopa. Huro yor juzukda trure yan thong higre kesha higre thong higre jet yan tito la sem hur me pachik dati sari ge tito ki hod tito ni gonzi traga matre yo pare me pare tokre mato pambare ti pamba jalo zawani ni ma yo ho
I
think what I said, he said is that how to meditate the meditation. For example, it's like he says, talking about the vase. When you analyze, and there is the like you like kind of the to how do you say it's like to break down all the piece part of the vase. And then finally you find there is the non-existence of the vase. To meditate on it like this, or how he says. Then I make joke, okay? Maybe I can to just simply like kind of to say, you can to meditate, your mind is put between in this momentary nature. Don't think about past, not futures. When in the present just a moment, your mind is very colorlit, but your mind is not chasing after past, futures, and also your five faculties is functionality, receive the five object, but you put your mind is in the present moment, mind is clearlit, but mind there's nothing to describe, nothing kind of exaggerations. Maybe that is the best. But now Geshe he's going to give answer.
돈이 건디가라지 번바가라 돈이 거야데 번바가 뭐라네 다때셔서 뭐지 거봐 번바는 그 도마이비 노리지 못해 봐세 되면 공고고 봐 얘나요 좋은다고 번바 그런 거라까니 동아리 말이 거야데 수 말이라 저 샘금원이 번바 가른 증거로는 번바 때는 그 도마이비 노리지 못해 봐데 추어는 그 샘금원은 러시크 샤리다 샤리다 그 샤리다 때 리마리세 때 딱지제 같이 쉬어다 만약 저런 거 생각나니 나세 지 열어와다. 나세 때 고한들라면 저런 거 지가 차이니까 말이야. 나세 때 남도 코나스 나세 때 갔다가 돌아마도 락바 통데 락방아이 민다고 지거든. 고 통데 공아이 비소라고 지거든. 나한테 전이 말이야. 저런 안에 시차디 당하나 저런 거 락바다 컴바이 차도 열었다. 나세 때 말이야. 심거 남도 그런 거 이런 나세 때 돌아와.
탁기죠.
아니.
계절.
sorry.
I think the Geshe the answer is when you look at the vase, and when you look at the vase, and your mind is like concerning in the primordial existence of this vase. Maybe you need to concern about that.
That general 가르쳐 올라오나 저런 거 성에 수수 심공원이 범바 가른 증거 때문에 맞디었지. 그게 범바된 바트 파리 말이지 따야돼. 그만 능라서네 고차 잡 그만이 지 뻥가 자야 돼 싶어 인송다. 예?
후때 소송을 선택.
소소가 생거 남도 범바 갈았음 생거.
어제는 뭐지?
범바 그런 거 뭐잖는데 덴바트레 말이지 따나 그만 능라서네 고차 잡 지 뻥라 자야 돼 싶어 인송.
단테 대이나 제리도 생거노라 범바고 something depend. And also Jerembochi says when you analyze the vase existence or non-existence, you searching like this emptiness is maybe incorrect. For instance, and you thief, you keep your home and you are searching outsidely and like become like this. It doesn't benefit.
Oh yeah. That in that outside. That in the galata so semni chitanchu koransi chitapas sulonga kati na sharita. The pambande panade sabzina the domani koran resa soma the chichela tene to tomata tenjung tonte samuton.
Giti trawate rarishira maso. Nin trawate tuni yombajo dagana tuni gogti dudu le dudu jo kanso gogare.
That so the ransin chit Range to your marry, say to your wife. No, no, I chola, no, a pamba, no, a pamba, no, no, say, some of the Pambada was another. Pambate, dance on during Jonga Chunangoma. Just a Latini Swatinangoma. Pambate Koro Pambara, some sound of you. That's a remari, the sound of my dead son yet. That in the
I will try. I will try. So here when we analyze the vase, it's not really about the vase itself, but it's more about the idea of the vase.
I think so, yes.
Oh yeah.
Ni kong tilantela lembo ji lembo tin dig yodo me mesha di tonyo gamlu tela temba ni yo yose juwa lu cho san hu yose ti temba ni yo thoni tani chiri do tonyo tawarong go gambo jamna pe na tata Geshe lak somba non jinchi lu la ta shi ton lu go thola lu se ji tram du do mundu se sang chorba la chorba de tram du mundu tani sam se ji tram du do mundu chu do do tram du mundu se tandi su tasar chule re tandi su yana yo tata chorong ko chaba de chok huma ji de yong yo san du samsam tonyo ko tan la pachar de la nga cho te ji tonyo tan la pachar de ri ning da chule re pe na ni che la dilan jab yong na 동보 동료 강부터나 제리주도 즉 농동 농일 인데 시고리 농와세 농일 세지데 샘데 농와세지데 유르라 샤르지데 베나 체크 범바타타 콩송바노 범바스 샤르용나 셔라 범바 요지데 추니 범바 통근도 아 섬데 춘 통도지데 범바 말이 대추 범바 말이 머지 전산 제리주나 쇼라 범바 우 상지 농요 유르라 ni pamba jim thom du a sam du de chorong ku uni ku pamba te te ti pamba te nong san to la yole mar shuro ku to la ni ron thong ku sam thong ku don thong ku pamba thong ku se te jere du ji nong ku san ku jere du ti nong yor san ku shulu la tan da ji su shara yong ku re ma to nong wo yor den da thom che song ji chom den de Mönlam to yema se yuma pe ji tan ku re de la to chi ton na ma ton na yime tsadar ji rong yang re do le ko ko ton ne ko ton ni re te do ta ton ni ta ga sa te ka re no yu chi ta na yor na ni pamba ji ang ni pamba thong du ka sam de sa ri ka cha chi yo ji de chorong ko thong tu pamba ten la pa go ji de re do le ma to shuru ko mu pon de ten la pa na de ma ta ko yime tsadar ji rong yang sa de pa ong ji mun du a te tata kong som ba ta non la pamba wo nyam ba te ta kan ri ren du te la ta she ton na te mani pa chi kyong na ti to la yon na ton I'm just to when you meditate the emptiness, okay? Emptiness. We have kind of a little bit the how to establish and the view of the emptiness, and my kind of how I can to learn. I received particularly in the Jigme mistakes. First time is you should to understand the perceiver and the perceive. You know, perceiver and perceive. You choose like a subject object, and then is when you look at the mountain or the vase, you say it's like I'm seeing in the vase. What you see is externally this vase, you never see it. But you say I'm seeing is a vase, and you have inside vivid idea of the vase. That is what you are seeing. And outside this, the what you see, this vase is basically inherently baitless, rootless, never there at the substantial existence. These appearances, Buddha he explained like the 8 illusory examples. Whatever you perceive, appearance is like rainbow, hallucination, dream, like this. But inside you, as kind of the idea or the vivid I'm seeing verse, you need to analyze that one. And then you are searching to analyze. Of course, this is not outside, inside. Inside is like how you can to describe, how you can to express. And then it's like searching, you can't find. This can't find is like kind of the relative point is the meditation of the emptiness. Translators not go the Kong that the song the tentere. Lasso, then it took to a tarswan. Lasso, Yamba, to what your questions? Ah, not so choose the Chonsong. Tentere. Oh, Lasso, garden chair. Chela to use it. Oh, Lasso. Not so consent in Rana. Consent in Ro, then ya pay on Rochis.